Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well. We are in Lincoln after a 2-1 victory in the Carabao Cup. If only I could have been saying this last season in domestic cup competitions when we were playing against Newcastle, when we were playing against Brighton. Feels good to win and actually feel like, you know what, we've got a trophy that we can actually compete for. Nobody actually believes we're going to win the Premier League. You shouldn't have to believe it. I don't think we'll do it. All right, I don't think we'll win the Champions League. It's all great having optimism, but let's be realistic as well. This is a competition that we can realistically win. If Ten Hag and Man United can win the Carabao Cup, if Newcastle can win these competitions, we can do it. We've just won the Club World Cup. We've won a European trophy. We've got top four. We're good enough. And you have to take these games seriously. Now, Maresca said before, he's a bit nervous about us sleeping, and we weren't just sleeping, we were snoring. Our alarm was off, but at half time, alarm bells went off. I don't know what happened. Maresca had a word with the players, and we improved a lot. We did improve a lot, and you've got to give credit where credit is due. Even if you're not happy with the performance as a whole, I don't think it was a dominant performance. I don't think it was a game where we were thoroughly in control. I didn't feel like we could score at any time. I felt more like that towards Lincoln, if anything. I actually wasn't surprised. I thought that...
Unlucky tonight.
Unlucky? We just fucking won.
I'm talking to them, saying they're unlucky.
Oh, fair enough. I thought Lincoln would get the second goal. I was pretty confident of it. And if it wasn't for a few really good pieces of defending or just getting your body in the way, I think Fofana had a moment. I think Hatto had a moment as well. Players diving, in front of the ball, just trying to get anything on it on both sides. And that intensity from Lincoln remained right until the end. Now, I was really, really impressed with a number of players from their side. I was impressed with... I don't even know their names, to be honest. I was impressed with their striker. I thought his hold-up play was really, really good at times, really nifty with his feet. And when you look at teams... I live near Reading, right? So that's my local team. No disrespect to Reading. I don't think Reading could have put up a fight like that. I just don't think it would have happened. I think if Chelsea were playing Reading today, 3-4-0. Easy money. But Lincoln, for whatever reason, they played Route 1 football and they played it effectively. That is what you do when you know you can't pass out from the back. Get that ball up the pitch, stop messing around, and make things happen. And that includes the long throws as well. This is something I want to see more from Chelsea, in all honesty. I love long throws. I think they're great. I don't think you have to be anything, it doesn't matter what team you are. I think long throws are good. And getting the ball in the box, getting it into those areas, you're going to cause problems. I think the first goal was a disgrace from a Chelsea perspective. I think it was poor. I haven't actually seen the replay, but in terms of when I was there, I thought, okay, we're going to go in at half-time, 0-0, concede that goal. There was nobody on him. There was nobody on the player who just slots it in the back of the net. Jorgensen's got no chance. It reminds me of a goal I saw on social media earlier on. I think it was Portsmouth or someone, and he was running to a ball and he pulled his hamstring. And then the player was just through on goal. It's like, nobody pulled their hamstring and he was still there. So, I don't know, man. I was very disappointed with that goal. It's another game without a clean sheet. This is concerning, the fact that we keep conceding goals. I've said it, that I think Chelsea can still get Champions League football without signing another centre-back. And we conceded against Brentford, we conceded against Bayern, we conceded against United, and we conceded again against Lincoln. So the trend is saying that we're going to concede again against Brighton. And are we going to outscore Brighton? Do we normally beat Brighton? We usually struggle. So that is an area that I think we need to address. I do think it will help having Caicedo, having James back in the squad, Cucurella obviously starting as well, and Robert Sanchez, because even though we've been so critical of Sanchez, this man here, he's not the biggest fan of Robert whatsoever, but you have to admit, Jorgensen, he didn't cover himself in glory. He didn't cover himself in glory when he came on against Man United, and I thought he was underwhelming again today. He was doing exactly what Sanchez used to do last season, which pissed off Chelsea fans. Going short for the sake of going short and putting us under unnecessary pressure. And really the main thing is just his goalkeeping ability, right? He doesn't claim crosses. He's not great at catching. I don't feel a presence. I don't feel leadership. He doesn't command the back line. he just seems like another goalkeeper that can get bullied, especially at this level when you've got balls flying in. So for me, Jorgensen, as much as I've always wanted him to do well, I don't think he has a future as Chelsea as a number one. And I miss the days of having players like Thibaut Courtois in goal and Willy Caballero on the bench. Those were the days, right? Where you had goalkeepers that you could rely on not to make stupid mistakes every week. But I mean, going back to it, I thought Hato was pretty underwhelming in the first half. I thought he improved. I think Gusto was okay. On the ball, Fofana and Chalobah were very underwhelming for me. Everything improved in the second half. We did more one-touch football. I was happy with that. But, you know, there's a reason Tossen's going to start against Brighton. It's because he is the player who can pick those passes. And I think that was a risk worth taking as well, not starting Tossen. Surely because if he'd have got injured, who is going to fulfill that role? Who's going to do it? Is it going to be Fofana? Maresca's already said no. Chalobah, we know already can't do that. And then you're just stuck. You're stuck with players that you don't want to put in that position. So, correct decision dropping Tosin. He slots back in. In terms of the midfield, I thought Andrey Santos was fantastic. Really, really happy with Santos, especially in that second half. You know, for me, he is one of the few players in this game that you can make an argument that he should be featuring more than he has done. You know, he wasn't going to start against United. He only came on because of the red card. But I would like to see Andrey Santos play more minutes for Chelsea. I'm not necessarily saying that Fernandes has to be dropped. I'm not saying that Caicedo has to be dropped. If I'm honest with you, I don't know who I'd drop. But I'd like to see Santos in there more often. I think that one thing that frustrated me, in fact, two things that frustrated me in the away crowd was people getting pissed off at Enzo Fernandez for actually trying to pick out passes. I don't understand. You're angry because we're not passing forward, because we're not creating. And then you get angry when we actually do a through ball, even though nobody necessarily gets on the end of it, but the effort is there. Why would you criticise something that you've been asking for? You've literally asking for players to pass forward. And then I hear people in the crowd going, fucking hell, Enzo, this and that. I'm like, come on, guys. I haven't been Enzo's biggest fan at times, but this was not the game for me to criticise Enzo Fernandez, and I don't get it. You know, I thought he improved again in the second half, started picking better passes. But, yeah, Buonanotte improved in the second half. He was quiet in the first half. He did nothing. Gitten's good at this level, but we're not playing in League One. We're going to play in the Premier League. So, again, he's going to go on the bench. And Garnacho, I think he was the bright spark in the first half. I think he was probably our most lively player. He was getting booed by the home fans, but when you're a player and so much controversy surrounds you, that's going to happen. And it's how you respond to that. I don't think he dropped his head. I think he was really going for it. He was cutting inside. He was running at plays. He was winning fouls and free kicks for us. Didn't have any shots, which I think is, again, something that we want to see more of. That is something that we did see from Jamie Gittens. But, you know, I think Garnacho, very, very lively performance. I would like to see him play against Brighton again. You know, this guy hasn't played much football at all in recent months. So there's no reason why he should be dropped against Brighton, unless you just want to start with Estevao and Neto or something like that. But I would like to see Garnacho given a run of games. I think that he's shown that on the ball, he's really, really good for us. But off the ball, again, that's a question mark. We saw that against Brentford. And then Tyreek George, like, he scored his goal. I thought he was poor, if I'm honest with you. I don't want to see Tyreek George as a striker, but well done for getting the goal. You know, you can't criticise when a player finally gets something on the end of it. You know, that's my stance. And Mweka obviously coming on as well. Pretty solid cameo. So for me, guys, listen, the main positives is we've got through. I will say this: I thought the away crowd were poor. I think it was a really poor away crowd. I thought the home fans were fantastic, mate. I thought the home fans were really good. Honest to God, like, I was really impressed with the home fans. I've been to Middlesbrough. I'm trying to think what other games we went to, Charlie, with this sort of atmosphere. Obviously, Leeds is great, but they're a Premier League team now. This reminds me of Middlesbrough under Pochettino, where it's a really respectable home crowd, and they're just behind the team. They're just behind the team, even when they were losing. So I've got to give a lot of credit to Lincoln. By the way, I really like Lincoln. Since I've been in Lincoln, I've actually enjoyed my time here. I haven't spent that much time here, but I was expecting worse. I think it's actually an all right place. So come to Lincoln, people. It's better than Grimsby. Well, we have better experience than Man United had in Grimsby, that's for sure. Listen, coming down this neck of the woods isn't for everyone. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a step in the right direction. Everyone who said sack Maresca, shut your mouth. Be quiet. Be quiet. Was that me last season? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But guess what? Opinions can change. All right? Opinions can change. Show some respect to our manager. Show some respect to our gaffer. Pipe down, all of you on Twitter, typing away. Papa Charles, fuck off. Maresca got the win. All right? So back your manager. That's where I am right now. He does not deserve the criticism that he's been getting because Robert Sanchez got sent off. Do you think it was Maresca's fault that our defenders are just making silly decisions and players are doing passes like that? Even the goal we conceded, I'm not blaming the manager for that. Come on, guys. These are all individual errors in a system that we know works so well when players can just pull their laces up and actually perform. And you saw it in the second half. So, listen, that's where I am at the moment. I'm feeling good. Still confident we'll get Champions League. Not necessarily as confident that we'll win a trophy, but very optimistic. And I think we've got to, all right? In order to really show signs of progression, we've got to win a domestic cup. So let me know where you are, guys. Who was your man of the match? For me, I'd probably go... I really like Santos, to be fair. I was a big fan of Santos. I think that's what Joe Shields said as well. He said Andrey Santos. But I thought he was fantastic today. So, yeah, let me know what you think, and we'll catch up very soon.